I'm Mickey Colton.
And I'm Chad Dillon.
And this is the Utica Rallycross Series. Coming to you live for your 5th event here at the Paparone circuit.
Paparone!
Yes, we are back to the Italian coastal circuit, and it should be an interesting event today. Dirt track racing, I believe it's the second all-dirt track of the schedule since Yuma was the first.
Love myself some dirt.
Yeah, dirt track racing is always fun in the Utica Rallycross series, and there's a little bit of a change this year. Not a major one, but they fixed the final section of the course. Before it was just a straight downhill with a little mound, and it was a little confusing. Now it's a little jump that kicks you off at the end, and you go down like a more even tempered mountain
I think
area.
it's going to challenge the drivers a lot, especially with the jump, because when you're in air, it's hard to adjust your car where you're going to land, especially on the side of a hill. You know, I mean, it's hard when you're going downward off a jump like that when there's no level surface. It's pretty interesting to watch.
Yeah, it's not a perfect scenario for these drivers, but it's a little bit different. Let's take a look at the starting order. What stands out to you on this grid?
The big ones here is Tyler Benoit, obviously the Dirt Devil himself.
But starting 5th, that could be a bit of a hiccup for him.
It could be. Another one is Mark Holbert after that amazing last-minute win he got last week. Let's see how he can pull through. He seems to be the man behind the dirt.
Matt Evans, the first car out. That will be interesting to see. Looking through the second half of this course, Tyler Colessa, 15th, he could surprise you. He's been having an up-and-down season. Stavros Cortez, last car up. That could be interesting. Same with Anthony Lopez starting near the end, too. We saw that he has potential.
You also got Chris Dodd there really topping points there, too, and see how he can hold up.
He won at Yuma. Can he win at this other dirt track?
Oh, yeah.
Let's meet the Black Mamba, Matt Evans for Evans Engineering Incorporated, and the dirt clings to that car.
Now he's
like
the brown.
Nobody's business.
The brown Mamba up to bat.
And this has been, speaking of brown, it's been more of a frown for Matt Evans this year. It's been fairly disappointing for the veteran race car driver.
A little bit of a turnaround last week. Not a bad showing. I mean, at least he made top 10, that's for sure.
Yes, and Matt Evans, a lot of experience with these style of tracks, but he does have that disadvantage of starting first this time around.
Yes. Now, this is a very, very fast track, so you're going to miss it if you just blink. So here we go. We're almost at the end course. Here's the final jump here.
Yeah, see, we do a little slow on that last one here, but this is how he's going to get catapulted down. Some say this is better, some say it's worse.
Some very smooth.
47-16, Matt Evans, first time on the board, he gets himself a bonus point. Next up, it's Matt Dool in car number 16. One Matt followed by the other.
Matt Dool starting to get a little better in this season, trying to get back into the dark horse mode, but still a dark horse.
Yeah, still mired in the bottom 5 of the standings as of last week. See if he can make a turnaround this time on track. Going into the second half of the course, and we're going to see a lot of times that are sub 1 minute. And, that's a shame.
No.
He was tracking well, too.
I was just about to say that it's kind of hard to mess up on this track, but I'm glad I didn't say it.
He's still on track, so you always want to be able to finish the race, because if someone pulls out of this one, you can pick up those positions. And
I think he's got something wrong with his front right tire there. It's kind of throwing him to the right a lot. Oh, yeah. Whoa, okay.
Yeah, he's having some issues on track right now. Sometimes when you hit the car into those wedges like that, and you start to mess with the axle and suspension, and that is a messy finish. We said we were looking for sub 1 minute times. That's not going to do it.
Minute 03:60, not a good time at all.
Next up on track is Canadian Sean Angel, who didn't last too long last week.
Hopefully the Angels are with him today. Last time they shut right up and stopped singing because John had to make that joke.
Yeah, it was such a bad attempt at humor that Sean Angel just withdrew himself from the event.
He did. Yep.
He just flipped his own car over. He said, "I'm done."
So now that we haven't done that again, he's actually having a pretty good run so far. So we'll just keep it that way.
Sean Angel in this last section of the course, can he make the whoop section near the end?
Very smooth. See if he can get some speed off this jump.
Could be a chance to get a bonus point if he can beat
close.
Matt Evans. Slowed him down a bit.
Here we go. And he does.
Top time for Sean Angel, a 46:33. As next up is Nathan Hudson in car number 6, the Purple Nurple.
The Purple Nurple.
Still last in the standings, having a hard time on track.
I'm feeling a win today. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling like he's going to get the top time today.
You are more hopeful than I. But yeah, Nathan Hudson, a struggle of a season so far. He's hoping to turn around. We're getting close to the second half of the schedule, so time is running out. I think Nathan Hudson's probably on the outside looking in.
I know, and especially for the top drivers, you know, the second half is very intense because especially with how close the point standing is right now, it's going to be a really interesting last leg.
Going on to the final jump, Nathan Hudson. He's been mistake-free thus far.
Oh, and he still goes.
Oh, that is a shame. Oh, that's second place overall, 46.64. That beats Matt Evans' time.
All right, next up is the Dirt Devil himself, Tyler Benoit. We'll see how he can hold up.
Trying to get a second win in a row here at Paparone. He won this race last year. It was his only win of the Season 3 schedule that got him into title contention.
Yeah, seems fair enough, though. You know, it is a dirt track. It is right up his alley. The thing is, though, he hasn't done any spectacular showings, as we said last week, is that he's just stayed inconsistent, stayed around the top 7, top 8, and he's holding his own in the points.
Why, he might be taking a little bit of the Stephen Carter mentality for Season 4 this time around. But hey, that's not a bad mentality to have.
So far, so good, though. He's having a good run. See if he can hold up. It's a little tight. It might flip over.
Oh, no!
But he gets it back. It's not going to help for time. And, he decides to go backwards, so he doesn't have to waste time. But a 48.65, that is not a good time for Tyler Benoit there.
Yeah, that is a shame for Tyler Benoit. He was hoping for a lot better.
Yeah.
Next up is the mighty, mighty Tiger, Chris Aurelio, who's not been so mighty this year.
We are Tigers. Mighty, mighty Tigers.
As Chris Aurelio continuing on track, he's hoping for a little bit of a turnaround. He's not out of it yet. He still has another 5 races to go after this one.
You know what? I think us bringing back the theme song, it's going to revitalize him. It's going to bring him back to life.
Chris Aurelio, he has won the championship in Season 1. He got a couple wins in Season 2, but since then, it's been a bit of a dry spell for the Aurelio team.
I would like to point out, though, that I've noticed that one of the stripes is slowly being painted away. Probably to the fact that, wow! 45.66.
That's the top time so far. Great job for Chris Aurelio in car number 14.
Never mind what I was going to say about the stripes. That was a good damn time, so whatever.
William Duncan in car number 11 on track. What can he do today? Now, William Duncan seems to like these coastal circuits. He got his first and only career victory at Laos last year, which is another coastal circuit.
Yeah, no, he does. He's a good driver. Definitely an all-around driver. I remember when he first started, he was probably the bottom of the barrel for the longest time. We never really saw anything spectacular, and then he really came out last season. And so far this season, not as good, but hopefully he can finish it out in the last leg.
And Season 2 was pretty abysmal. He had so many last place finishes. Coming to the line, this is actually pretty quick. Top time for William Duncan.
Flat.
Great job for William Duncan on track. Let's see if we can keep this momentum going with Colin Bartel from Northwest Motorsports.
Oh, there's the wall.
And Colin Bartel not having a spectacular showing this year. It's been an uphill battle for Colin, and he's as we've stated, he's not given a lot of post-race interviews that have been particularly happy.
You know what? I think we need to come up with a theme song for Colin Bartel because it seemed to work so well for Chris Aurelio. I don't really know what to do though.
So the only thing I can come up with is "Hello, Darkness, My Old Friend," but that's a bit of a copyrighted too.
Yeah, that's also kind of sad. But, it's okay. It's all right. So far, so good, though, for Colin Bartel. Not a bad run. If he could just land this, he does.
A bit of a turnaround, and that's the 4th fastest time so far. So great job for Colin Bartel. Perhaps a bit of a turnaround for the 12 machine.
All right, next up is the rookie Mark Holbert following a win last week. Can he hold it up again?
This has been such a good year for the rookie class, and we've been mentioning it time and time again. Chris Dodd, Zachary Fitzwater, and Mark Holbert have gone to victory lane. They've been shutting out our veterans.
Hell, you could even consider Cortez a rookie at this point. He didn't even finish a full season.
Yeah, I think now he's finally gotten to about a 10 race career under his belt. So, it's been a great year for rookies and underdogs, and some of the veterans are being shoved to the wayside this year. It's a whole new class of driver.
Oh, yeah. So, here we go. Last leg here. Can he dethrone William Duncan? Oh, a little
fast
shaky.
Coming to the line.
He does!
Fastest overall.
Wow!
44.76. These times are amazing today. And speaking of rookies, it's Zachary Fitzwater Sr. They call him Big Papa.
I like it when you call me Big Papa.
Zachary Fitzwater
Throw
Sr.
your hands in the air. Like you just don't care.
The proud father during the off-season between Dead Man's Curve and Yuma, Arizona from this season. And, he's having a decent run this year. He's had some okay finishes, and he had that spectacular run in Blackpool that people are still talking about at the racetrack.
That's going to go down for one of the ages. I mean, when we finally come up with that montage of all the seasons, that's going to be one of the bigger highlights. So that was crazy.
Yeah, and the first car up is just amazing. He never even ran that track before.
Yeah.
And he was able to beat guys who have run it 2, 3, 4 times.
Wow, look at the speed here, though.
4th fastest overall. That is a commendable time for Zachary Fitzwater Sr. I think this is a little bit of a baby Dead Man's Curve. So I think he's training for it. Next up is Stephen Carter, Mr. Consistency on track. 5th in points.
Mr. Consistency.
We'll work on it.
Yeah. I just imagine, his opening is like a sitcom, but like with that really boring intro and everyone walks in the door.
Or it's just like
like
bland production music from the 50s.
If he came into a wrestling match, just imagine that very bland like elevator music playing as he comes into the entranceway.
Would not hype out the crowd too much, but
next up is Stephen Carter.
Well, Stephen Carter typically doesn't need to do anything spectacular. He lets his driving do the talking, and that shows it right there, but actually, not particularly quick, not a top 5 for him.
Yeah, I gotta say though, everyone right now, these are really closely contested times. It's gonna be hard to make that top 5.
Yeah, less than 2 seconds of distance is next up. The stuntman says Cole goes for that jump, and I think he's gonna look forward to the end of the course.
Yes, he is. He always does. Well, when does he not look forward to the fun of the track, huh?
Says Cole, I can see him when he puts this thing back on the hauler. He's probably going to pilot that thing over some jumps when he leaves the course.
He's always here having fun, even before the race starts. It's what he does. It's what he does.
Seth Cole's the only driver that prefers to be on no wheels.
Always in the air.
See what
like
he can
do. Just don't care.
Oh, he's going to go for that jump.
A
little rocky, but gets it done.
Might slow him down a little bit. Whoa.
4th fastest. He got a top 5 last week. This could be a good run for Seth Cole. Next up is the Flying Dutchman, Robert Piet.
Arrgh!
And Robert Piet, we actually found out something interesting when we were recording the commentary over over Meijendel. The race that day was on April 19th. It was Dutch-American Friendship Day.
Yeah.
So we just want to extend our happiest well wishes to Robert Piet.
We love that friendship between the American and the Dutch. It's great.
It's benefited us so much.
It has. It definitely has. We have Robert Piet in our lives because of it. I mean, look at that.
We sure do. As Robert Piet, the racing CEO, the corporate
Wow,
guy, the hobby
speed.
racer coming to the line. Not going to get it done. Just missed the top 5 with a 46.33. As next up is Captain Clutch, Ray Davis from the Davis Motor Shop.
Ray Davis here having a really good season so far. He came out of nowhere. I mean, he disappeared for a little while. Now showing his stuff.
Yeah, things got a little turbulent for Ray Davis in Season 2. He got replaced midway through by up-and-coming racer John Lesko.
Yeah.
They kind of split the ride throughout that year. Lesko, I think, ended up getting a little bit more seat time.
Let's go.
Yeah, the team shut down. Then Davis came back for a one-off attempt at Dead Man's Curve and then decided, I want to get back into the sport.
Yeah.
So he formed his own team, bought the car that he ran for that one event, and he's been back with a vengeance, and he's just going to skip that jump altogether.
Oh, and it might actually benefit him here in the
Coming
last
to the
stretch.
line.
Wow!
Oh, second place.
Wow, 44.97.
That's going to help Ray Davis out in the point standings. As next up is the Thunder from Down Under, Tyler Kalesa.
Crikey!
As he's been having a bit of an up-and-down season, and he did very well in Elkhorn Pike by winning it, and he did well in Meijendel, but struggled in Yuma and Blackpool.
Again, though, I mean, both Tylers are still being very consistent this season, especially with their... Speaking of, can he get it back? And he does!
Oh, thank God. I was having a heart attack there. I thought Kalesa was going to be our first withdrawal from this event.
I was speaking of consistency. I'm sorry, Mr. Kalesa. I should stop that.
You know, I think Kalesa is just going to look forward to the even-numbered events, because race 2 and 4 were good to him. Race 1, 3, and 5, not so much.
Oh, a little shaky here in the end, but a lot of speed. And a 50.88. Not going to cut it.
That is disappointing for him, as he's going to miss that top 5. Next up is Chris Dodd with a hot bod in car number 1. He's been a driver that I actually may consider a contender for most valuable driver at the end of the year. He seems like someone with a good head on his shoulders.
And if we're doing superlatives, you know, most likely to win a wet t-shirt contest. Definitely. Definitely.
I think I'll have something to say about that. But
all right. Well, we'll see at the end. In the faculty party, we'll see what happens.
I can't wait for the Christmas party this year. But Chris Dodd in car number 1, struggling a bit there. This may hurt his time for this event. We'll see if he can pick it up on the back end.
I know, especially with such a tightly contested race. And, very, very slow. Hitting those really awkwardly. I mean, it's just slowing the momentum down.
Yeah, it's a lot in a row, so you have to keep consistent for a longer amount of time. 49.11, not going to get it done. It's going to be a little further down the grid. Next up is Conrad Wilson. Double the S's, double the successes. And our graphic guys are actually saying that having to put the double S's has affected them in their everyday typography work.
And he gets back on. Oh, my.
Oh, man, I think you lost one of the S's on that jump.
It is gone. It flew away.
He's just Conrad regular Wilson.
Wow. That was scary. It was so abrupt, too. He hit the corner there. It was just like, boop.
And you know what? Just shows you that Michael Arroyo has taught him well, because a lot of the young drivers, when they run into trouble, they panic.
Yeah.
They start running the second half of the course poorly, but he's kicked in the second gear.
No.
He's got a second win.
Again, I appreciate drivers that keep it going and keep their composure, and I think Michael Arroyo really showed him the right way to go.
You know, he's had some mistakes in this run, but you can tell, like, there's a veteran driver within him. He just needs to pick it up.
Definitely.
Next up is Joseph Ernesto, car number 5 for Team Motorsports. He's had a habit of running well and wrecking out near the end, and John Stadino's rubbed off on him.
It's tough to see when the man's got blue nesticles. I mean, it's tough.
Oh,
when you get so
don't
close,
go there.
You get so close, and you just cut right off. It's sad. It's sad, really.
Mm-hmm. It's unlike the shaft.
This
never happens to the shaft.
Always finishes all the time.
Always finishes at some point. But Joseph Ernesto in car number 5. Ever since he partnered with John Stadino, things have not looked up. He didn't have a good season 3 either when he was on his own. Missed the top 10 in points.
Something about this car, man. Oh, gosh. Oh, man.
Again, this is just tragic for Joseph Ernesto. Just can't finish a race cleanly.
49.84, not a good time.
It's going to mire him down on the score sheet as Anthony Lopez in car number 20 is on track, the penultimate driver on track. Can he recreate the lightning in a bottle he got at Meijendel last week?
What a heartbreaker. Man, he was so sad. He was going to get a race win and everything, and Mark Holbert decided to swoop in and steal it.
He could steal it from Mark Holbert here, because Holbert's still on top of the standing.
And so far, so good for Anthony Lopez. Hopefully he can handle that last jump cleanly.
Wouldn't this be something if Lopez is going to trade spots with Mark Holbert? That could be a rivalry brewing.
All right, this is the big part here. Can he hit all these jumps very smoothly? So far, so good.
Good whoop section.
He cuts to the left, a little shaky. He's coming down the side. Does he have momentum?
I
don't think it's going to cut it.
What's he going to do? Fifth overall, though. Yeah. You know what? He didn't beat Mark Holbert, but that was a fast lap. And next up is Esteves Cortez, car number 13, the biggest shock of the season. The points leader leaving Blackpool. He's down to second in points now, but what can he do today?
He's showing me that he is something. He's a threat now. He is someone that you want to look out for.
This is going to be a good day for him because Chris Dodd did not do too well.
Yeah.
If he can just finish strong, he could potentially take that points lead back.
It's really just becomes it's such a short track, and if you can hit everything right, it's going to be a really tightly contested. I mean, look at that top 5. Really, really close in time. Very, very tightly knit.
I know, about a second, a little over between them.
A little shaky. And
no!
Can he flip it? And he still keeps going.
That's going to hurt his time. I'm not sure if that'll take the points lead away. We'll have to see if he ends up beating Dodd.
51-10.
No, not going to get it done. That ends it for... Oh, actually, wait a second. We have a report. There was a tiebreaker on track. Sean Angel and Robert Piet have tied in their score. This is a battle for 8th place.
All right, here we go. We got Sean Angel here first. I didn't even realize there was a tiebreaker.
It's hard. They're so close, you forget it. The numbers all kind of blur. But Sean Angel actually doesn't have that much to lose, because even if he loses this, he has a bonus point, so he'll still get the same amount of points anyways. He's just basically trying to get that slight extra bonus point.
It's always interesting to see, though. I remember one time, I think it was 2 seasons ago, that someone got beat the top time in a tiebreaker, and they were probably just so frustrated with himself. I forget what it was.
It's happened.
Wow! Holy crap! That was a huge jump there.
Coming to the line, it's a 45-45.
Wow!
That would have been the 4th fastest time. But the policy is, because this is technically their 2nd attempt on track, this series only scores your 1st attempt. if you do beat the track record, it does not count. But it does count as a track record.
Yeah, it does. It's just devastating, though, to know that you had such a great run your second time that it didn't count. You know, it's sad.
Here comes Robert Piet, the Flying Dutchman. He's barreling through this course. He's going real quick.
Oh, he doesn't want to lose. He wants to get that bonus point, man. He's fired up. Flying Dutchman, ready to go.
Every point counts in this series. I mean, this may just seem like a lowly battle for 8th place, but that 1 point could affect your championship later in the year.
Very, very flawless run here. Taps the corner there. See if he can get the 45-44.
Can he get it done? 44.70. That is the track record. So Robert Piet gets the track record, but Mark Holbert gets his 2nd win in a row in his rookie season.
Okay. Alrighty then.
It's all that Dutch-American friendship that helped him out there.
Apparently.
Ray Davis finishes 2nd, a great run for him, followed by William Duncan back on the podium this year.
And Chris Aurelio.
Chris Aurelio back in good shape, and Anthony Lopez rounding out the top 5. A lot of good stories up there.
Followed by Seth Cole, Zachary Fitzwater, not bad runs for them today, and Robert Piet with that amazing final run. That's devastating, though.
Sean Angel and Colin Bartel, first top 10 of the year. So good job for the number 12 machine, finally getting a run he can be proud of.
Yeah, no, it was a top 10, very good.
How about Nathan Hudson, 11th place, best finish this year. Didn't completely ruin everything. Followed by Stephen Carter, Matt Evans, and Tyler Benoit, 2 veterans, mired back in 13th and 14th.
Yeah.
Chris Dodd, 15th. That's gonna kill him in the standings.
That was his cheat day. What do you want? That's what happens when you do your cheat day. Followed by Joseph Ernesto, Tyler Kalesa, Stavros Cortez, Conrad Wilson, and Matt Duell.
Cortez being down there is gonna really shake up that point standing.
I mean, he's
I'm
right around.
Curious to see what happens.
Exactly. I mean, that's gonna throw it all off. I mean, but you gotta think, Mark Holbert winning 2 races in a row. That is crazy.
I know, that is insane. And, you know, we mentioned that kid has a lot of talent. We've seen it in the Arena Cross series, and it's carried over to this series. And Mark Holbert is tied for the points lead, but beats Ray Davis in the tiebreaker.
Ray Davis is staying up there. That's crazy.
He's been consistent this year. Chris Dodd drops to 3rd. Zachary Fitzwater is in the hunt in 4th. Beats Tyler Benoit in the tiebreaker. Stavros Cortez back to 6th. Followed by Stephen Carter, William Duncan, Robert Piet, and Tyler Kalesa just hanging on to that top 10.
But it's still a very closely knit point standing there. That is going to be interesting to see. And
less than a race between the top 12. Well, exactly a race for 12. But Chris Aurelio is in 11th, his teammate right behind him in 12th. Anthony Lopez just on the outside looking in. Seth Cole is in 14th, followed by Sean Angel running out the top 15.
Yes, and we got our last guys in the back here. Matt Evans, not a good season for him. Matt Duell, not good for him. Colin Bartel, Joseph Ernesto, and Nathan Hudson, the purple Nurple.
Hudson's catching up to Ernesto, so he may be able to finish not last in points.
Yeah,
if he can, keep it up.
Yeah.
But thank you for watching this round of the Utica Rallycross series. We had a lot of fun here at Paparone.
Yes,
it went by quick, but you know, the track is a short one. Next week we have a similar circuit. We have the Nairobi Dirt Circuit in Kenya. So we'll be heading to Africa next week. We'll hope to see you there. Until then, have a good one.